Hi everyone, my project is about LGBT rights. The reason that I chose this is because for about 2 years now I've been out as a proud member of the LGBT community. And I am often told that I have no reason to complain about being LGBT because people who are LGBT no longer face any sort of discrimination. However, in practice, I find that there is a stigma that is deeply embedded in our society against lesbians and against other members of the LGBT community. This stigma includes over-sexualization of lesbian media and hesitation about talking about lesbian relationships and lesbian romance. In this project, I strove not to make everyone understand exactly what lesbians go through on a daily basis, because I know it's nearly impossible to fully experience something that you've never faced in your life. Instead, I strove to make people have compassion for those people in their lives that are experiencing stigma and are experiencing discrimination because of their sexuality. First thing that I'm going to share is a reading of one of my original poems entitled Advice to Lesbians. This poem uses a curt, sarcastic tone and pairs it with words and phrases that have actually been said to me and some of my lesbian friends. It does this in order to convey the fact that things that are said so offhandedly and so casually are often actually very hurtful for members of the LGBT community.
Advice to lesbians. Kiss other girls because you want to kiss guys. Really. They're not hot. He is. I promise. You'll see it eventually. Maybe it'll be when he calls you baby on the staircase, or he asks you to do this thing he saw on Pornhub. You're not offended or repulsed. You're thrilled. You got exactly what you wanted. When your grandma asks if you have a boyfriend yet, tell her you like a boy named Jackson. It's easier if you don't crush her dreams like that. She's a real Bible beater. She'll be dead soon anyways. And then, when you're at dinner at your oldest friend's house, call your girlfriend your significant other. They're not going to understand. And they worked so hard on the steak. You'll live without telling everyone for 30 seconds. When you like Disney, think that Elsa is gay, but don't get your hopes up. Know at best they'll keep her single. Besides, having her be gay is bad for kids. It's like shoving gay sex down their throats. It's like propagating the homosexual agenda. Please, please don't make my baby a lesbian, not this young. My poor heart can't take it. When you're in the changing room, turn the other way. Look down at your bag or your sports bra, not at the other girls. Never at the other girls. They'll tell you what you were staring at, and they'll tell you what you are.
The next poem that I'm going to show you guys is called Girls. This poem takes a gentler approach to bringing awareness to the stigma against lesbians by using my own personal experiences of coming out and falling in love with my first girl. This poem is a little bit more lyrical than Advice to Lesbians and is written. Girls. When you fall in love with your first girl, you will cry. You will notice when she ties her hair up and you can see the base of her neck. You will notice when she laughs at something you say and purses her lips. You will be able to recognize the lilt of her voice from miles away. But you will not notice what it is you are feeling until later. That is, when you are sitting in her lap in dance class or in assembly or at home or on her couch or at a restaurant. When you read your first lesbian love poem, you will cry. You won't really know why you're crying, but for the first time in your life, you'll understand why it is the world loves love poems so much. You'll cry again when you watch Love, Simon. You won't really know why you're crying, but for the first time in your life, you'll know that you can be a romantic hero. When your brother or sister or cousin wears rainbow socks for you, you will cry. You won't really know why you're crying, but you'll be grateful that above everyone in the world, you have them. When you get heckled in the street for the first time, you will cry. You don't know why people think you asked for this. When you refer to your girlfriend as your partner for the first time, you will cry. You still don't know why people think you asked for this. When they won't make a Disney princess gay, you will cry. You still can't manage to figure out why people think you asked for this. when you lie awake at night because you're sure you're going to hell, you will cry. You can't, for the life of you, figure out why people keep insisting you asked for this. But they keep insisting you asked for this. The final piece of art that I'm going to have time to talk about is an original play that I'm writing called Chasing Butterfly. Chasing Butterfly is about a girl named Butterfly who inadvertently comes out to her boyfriend when he makes a homophobic comment after they go to see a movie. After she inadvertently comes out, he outs her to her entire, highly religious, homophobic town, and she is forced to deal with the aftermath. This takes place in the first scene where they have just seen the movie and Butterfly has just come out to her boyfriend. He drives away, leaving her in the parking lot, and she delivers this monologue. There is nothing I can say in this moment. There is nothing I can possibly say in this moment. I don't expect anyone to understand, and I probably shouldn't be saying anything at all. I'm not crying. Well, I am crying. A little. I didn't mean to come out. Not to him, at least. Not like that. I have 24 hours until everyone knows. I have 24 hours until Jigsaw, Ohio swells and bursts with controversy, with hatred, with support, and with everything in between. I have 24 hours left to be nothing, to be silent. I never wanted this to happen, I don't think. But there's something different about this feeling. Something different about this moment. There's a part of me that doesn't care what he tells them. There's a part of me that doesn't care about the whispers or even the screams. There's a part of me, I think, that wanted this to happen. The last thing that's up on the screen right now is a piece of more visual art that I made. This piece of visual art is very personal to me because it deals with my own experience and my own journey through my sexuality. In this piece of visual art, I took items around my room that have been tied to a specific experience with my sexuality. I laid them all out in an artistic manner, took a picture of it, and then wrote a poem to go along with the image. Each individual part of the poem describes a specific part of the image. I printed out the image and the poem, took the different parts of the poem, and pasted them onto the parts of the image they corresponded to. This is sort of like Girls in that it's a personal journey through my sexuality. However, instead of just being a poem that can be read and listened to, it's also a visual experience where the reader can follow along with my journey through my sexuality and actually have landmarks, physical items that they can tie to my own emotional experience.